Hi there, my name is Nicole for those who are new here, and I'm giving you guys a video on funny lifeguard stories that I've experienced in the past. And if you guys want a part 2, please comment below and let me know. So firstly, I'm going to get started by telling you my background. So I actually worked in a water park for about 5 years, throughout college and also through a little bit of high school. So I have experience lifeguarding and managing the park as well. So I'm going to give you some stories. I've had some crazy stuff happen. So firstly, I have had a lot of awkward encounters with people trying to hit on me, like minors, like that were staying there for birthday parties and not understanding I was an adult. And then I've also had this one story in particular stands out to me where I was actually watching like the bottom of a slide come out, and it's like a really shallow pool, so most people don't really drown there. You're just kind of there checking, making sure everyone's okay, made it safe, unless if they're young or something bad happens going down the slide. So there's an adult guy going down the slide and he immediately just plunges into the water and he just doesn't come up. So of course I jump in thinking maybe something went wrong or that he was having a medical emergency. And I pulled this guy out of the water and he proceeds to try to hit on me and ask for my number. And he was trying to get my number by having me save him. He wasn't in danger. He did it on purpose. And then I had to call security on him because I was a manager at that point. And I was like, yeah, this is how you get kicked out of a water park. Because, you know, then potential legal issues can come up. But yeah, that was crazy. And that's definitely something that you don't want to do. That is an easy way to get kicked out of a park. So the next thing I had was, so I was a lifeguard. I started off as just a regular guard for about like a year, and then when I turned 18, I was promoted to be a manager, and I just had gone through manager training, and still like a really fresh guard too, but that actually worked well in this situation. So what happened was I also went through like teachings with my managers, and they said that they didn't really have many serious instances, like maybe like once a year, and several managers have never even had like an emergency call. Well, I had 2 in the first month, and the EMTs recognized me and were making fun of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I had 2 seizures happen in 1 month, the first month. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane, because of course I was so worried my first month going into it, but that was probably the worst emergency call I could have gotten, was 2 seizures, because you really can't do a lot. And in those situations, like that was probably one of the better things that could have happened, honestly, for someone new. And now I definitely know how to handle those situations now. And both of those people too, it was actually worked out in my favor because they were not in the water. So I didn't have to like do anything. They were in a perfect spot to have that. And both of them had seizures in the past. So thank God that it wasn't like someone brand new. It was not something straightforward. But yeah, that was absolutely terrifying. And definitely taught me a lot though. Character building for sure. And yeah, definitely a fun story to tell. And I also had another situation happen where I was actually, this day, I was working underneath another manager that day, and we were working on something in the office, and we heard something like bang, and it almost sounded like something, like a slide fell, and we both look at each other without even hesitating and just run out the door, and just assuming like someone died or something terrible happened. And thank God it was not as serious as we thought, but one of like the little ventilation systems fell in front of one of our doors, like in the back. Thank God it wasn't like a main door, like one of the really far back doors, and no one was hurt, thank God. But like that was absolutely terrifying. That noise sounded like something awful had happened, and we were able to get over to the situation and assess it, and thankfully no one was injured, and all the people were okay. And we did have to refund some people because of, you know, being a little scared, and also there was some like rust that got in the water, so we had to close down that area and wash it. But yeah, definitely character building. I did learn a lot from lifeguarding, and I have plenty more stories. So yeah, in regards to that situation though, it just seems like I've always had like a lot of interesting stuff happen, and I bet some former guards can actually, you know, definitely feel how I'm feeling, because there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens in water parks. So if you guys want a part 2, let me know. I've got tons of other things that have happened in 5 years, I guarantee. So if you guys like this, definitely comment below and let me know if you want another video. So I hope you enjoy and have a lovely day.